and shopped.
Did we drop it?
A lot of coin. What all did y'all buy? Do you remember?
Bracers of defense.
I got owl glasses, owl mask.
Gloves of thievery.
Gloves of
I bought 2 spell scrolls.
Bunch of
Slow
potions.
and enlarge.
I don't think we dealt out those potions yet.
Mm-mm.
you got heading on how to get your wand.
Yep, and I was gonna sit down and do more research.
Yep.
Here it is.
There was something else we were gonna research.
Here's the potions we got.
Oh, where white dragons make their caves. See if we could maybe plan a
Probably gonna
course.
say mountains.
In cold places.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit. I was
I
thinking
have-
maybe like the highest peak.
4 greater. 4 regular
Stumble
healings.
into a brood of dragons.
2 superior, 1 supreme, 1 fire, 2 gaseous.
You run into Wiamat, the conclave of white dragons.
Can I roll for these spells in my book?
Roll for the spells in your book.
Slow and enlarge.
Oh, copying the spell scrolls.
Yes, sir.
What do you want out of 4
What
greater?
level
4
are the
regular, 2
spells?
superior, 1 supreme.
I don't know off the top of my head.
What are the spells?
Slow
How
and
many greater?
enlarge and reduce.
2 greater, 1 superior.
Slow is a 3rd level. Large.
So you took 2 graders, 1 superior?
A 2nd level.
So 12 and 13.
Yeah, so you make Arcana check. No, it's
You want the gaseous?
you.
I thought it was our
Yeah, Arcana check.
Bottom.
18 for the first one.
What spell is that?
Let's say slow.
Okay. And then enlarge reduce.
19.
Alright. You're able to successfully copy both
gonna take
spell
1
scrolls
grade.
into your
Woo, woo,
spell
woo, woo, woo.
book. Good.
I'm gonna take 2 right.
So will you fix that curtain behind you?
Oh, I was gonna
There you
fix
go.
it. I was just sitting on it.
It's the other one. Oh, you're good. That's perfect.
This
I'll
one?
take gaseous.
One gaseous form.
What bubble?
Wow. Here. Ow.
Easy.
Okay.
I should.
Y'all can divide 1 greater, 2 regular, 1 superior, 1 supreme. Which
That was a lot. What?
1 greater, 2 regular, 1 superior, 1 supreme. Between y'all 2. I'm getting fire resist.
I'll take the superior and the 2 lesser ones.
Okay, so he gets a greater and superior.
Yeah.
And one of y'all get gaseous form.
I have darkness, so I don't really need.
No, it's you turn yourself into this.
Yeah, which is like an evasion thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or
So
getting
then-
through doors.
I'll take
Oh
it.
well.
Yeah, it's a rowdy thing. Raven thing.
Raven thing.
Alright.
Gotta stick my dick in it.
We got
Your dick turns to gas.
No! Come back!
And it floats away.
No!
take another supreme.
Dickless Draven.
No, that's what,
Draven
my,
the Dickless.
that's what my dad called me. Get over here, dickless!
Oh shit. Man, oh man. Alright, so what are y'all doing, you fuckheads? Still splitting everything up?
We're gonna go shopping.
The scene is our heroes are standing in a back alley, pulling things out of their bags and handing them to each other,
One
and
thing
sticking
for
them
one thing.
sticking them in their own pouches, equipping them to their utility belts.
Utility belts. What am I, fucking Batman?
Yep.
So we still in Blackmore?
Yes.
Draven, what are we gonna do?
Well, I suppose we could go back and claim our reward on the White Dragon.
So on our way, start heading towards Winston Martell?
You want to do that in the
Arbel.
morning?
Marvel?
It's a horsey. Who's horse?
Not yet.
Marvel. So we head to Thorley?
Yeah, we could go tomorrow. I've got a few errands to run while I'm here.
I'll get a beer.
Well, you he?
While I'm here.
But ye,
While you're here.
oh, you yeed your last haul, sir.
How much
I'm
gold
good.
do we have left after our shopping spree?
18,400 in the bank.
Jesus.
Big ballin', smashing,
Ballers.
making my smoking big killer, getting high in the
Y'all
middle.
spent 11,600.
I'm
On
going.
fucking what?
And you got nothing.
I got
Blame them too.
goggles of the night, gloves of thievery.
I've got bracers of defense, 2 spells.
Oh
You
god.
greedy bitches.
bunch of potions.
Lilith was very quiet. She actually offered her money.
I wasn't.
Yeah, Lil
they-
did pay some.
Are you fucking serious?
On the potions.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Potions is fine. I ain't paying for their fucking gear. You already owe me 10,000 for your stupid life.
What was that?
When you went psycho.
I don't remember that.
We do have. I do also have 7,800. My own personal funds.
Hmm.
Since y'all bought all this other stupid.
Someone's not on board with communism.
Right? Jesus.
Y'all put
You don't
y'all's money in the bank.
You don't even know how to
so
count.
Join the Red Army town.
They're gonna make me go to a.
Can't even count.
I mean,
You
I
need to
have,
go to
I
a-
have 2,000 on me, which is not close, but
No, I got 8,000 on me and 18,400 in the bank.
I got like 1,300 on me.
I have
Everybody's
100
holding out.
I have 166 in my pockets.
All right.
So we head to Thorley.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Immediately.
Immediately, we bolt off, leaving Draven behind. He comes out tomorrow. Guys?
Bye.
We've got a couple extra wagons too.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we can sell them back.
We have a wagon somewhere else too that we bought, and it's
That
just
was-
wagons everywhere.
Yeah.
hilarious.
yeah, wagons in every town.
Oh,
Wait,
like,
I
we
wonder if we can
literally
just start
just
renting
bought
them.
And
Maybe.
we've got
We can
wagons
start a
in another
wagon
town.
business.
we do have a
Hey.
wagon. I did buy a wagon.
No, 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 no. We need to start our own trading company.
The empty wagon.
The empty wagon.
I mean, sometimes people need to transport shit and they ain't
called-
got nothing to transport
true.
it in.
We're traveling, might as well bring other travelers with us. They can ride in the wagon. They don't have to walk.
Oh, God. Now we're going to be responsible for lives.
No, no, no.
Y'all do get in a lot of
We do
trouble.
not hold liability.
already-
there.
They
I've got
sign this form.
I've got
Yeah.
3 copper. How far would that get me?
We're a taxi.
Just
okay?
carry my shit, and you're good to go.
Ooh, yeah.
What
Just
up, Hyken?
We're not there to defend. We're just
Alright.
there to transport.
Go do your
start
thing, Rowdy.
transporting like
Alright,
Uh,
I'm going to write a letter
expensive
to my dad
items
and
and
take it to
just
the guard.
steal
out front
What
of
does
house.
the letter
Oh, like
say?
gunpowder?
Yeah,
The
like
letter
like white
very
powder?
elegantly says, you know,
The ladder?
the letter.
Mhm.
It tells of our journey of, you know, finding
I'm
these
just drinking
other
at the
2
pub.
mines, one of them being a slavery auction house, one of them being a mine of amethyst that's, you know, in this general area. We cleared it out. We took care of,
GPS points.
what's his name, Del,
Fucking cool.
the Vein,
Dismond?
Dismond the Vein. We took down a mighty white dragon. We took some spoils from him. And our journey is continuing on. If there's anything he would like for us to do. We leave in the morning, and I will be staying at the Silver Raven's End.
Okay.
And that's all that we've really
P.S.
done
Lilith
since,
knows best.
Lilith writes on the note. All right, and you hand it to a guard.
My father. Now.
He turns around and starts running.
Promptly.
Promptly, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Get my whip out.
Oh, God.
The one that takes people's legs off.
No, run!
Run! You're like, hurry up! One swipe, his leg's gone. Like, what does that do?
Oh, man. All right, so you send that off. What are you doing now? You said you didn't want to leave yet. Why?
Yeah,
He wants to send the damn letter.
I wanted to do that and get my spellbook prepared for tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
copying
some
your spells
research.
in takes some time, so.
Yeah. Wanted to do that, and I wanted to do a little bit of research if I had some time.
Okay.
More.
What are you doing research on?
Well, I don't think I have time to do both of them, so I'll just do the research on the wand, like materials and like properties and stuff.
You got a
like that.
wand?
No, I'm building a wand.
All right. Give me a Arcana check. And normally the research takes a while, like
I'm
a
probably
week.
just in my loot that I have.
I could spend 100 gold.
Yeah, to make it go faster.
Yeah.
So
It cuts a
not
day
change
off,
that.
but go ahead and roll. You won't get as much information as like you won't
If
get
I
like super
spend a week-
detailed.
Right,
You'll get like a small snippet of information.
right. Like maybe a
On a good
list of
roll.
materials and not necessarily like the detailed properties of what they
Right.
do.
And maybe not even that much, but it just depends on your roll too.
23.
23. Okay. What is everyone else doing?
I have a little shitty loot.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be bored in the common room, just plucking some strings.
Make a. Have you ever played with this before?
No, I just found it on the mountain and I've just had it and now I'm bored
Okay.
because they're going to the library. So I'm just
Give
gonna...
me a performance check with disadvantage -10.
I am. It is in my tools.
You're proficient with it?
Yeah, for my explorer, I have a loot as an explorer.
So it's not
don't
just
think
in
I'm
your pack.
proficient in
Okay,
it,
so
though.
you're not proficient.
It just comes with my background.
Okay. Oh,
I
okay.
could-
So
I
if it's
could-
part of your thing,
Yeah.
then just make a performance check. So I said. That's
Ooh, 23.
23. You pluck away. It sounds good.
The hands of the air genasi.
You're a natural.
Not even my fingers touching the string. It's my
You're
The
numb?
air.
no. The guy that gives me power.
You're just flicking the air.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was thinking penis.
You know where you're going with that.
Patron is plucking them for me.
Is there a
Blackmore.
bar
You
in
hit.
the inn?
No.
Yes. You take 1 damage.
Nope.
Damage from Heika's crossbow.
Who's running the inn? Male or female?
It is a male.
Alright, you great boy.
God damn it.
You probably already know
Fucking
this
didn't
guy.
know
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably your previous grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you took off adventuring.
Yeah, do I have a great boy already?
Probably at the estate, but not here.
Fuck. Well, I can't get in there.
This guy says, "Hello, I am Elias."
Oh, Jesus.
Elias?
Kick him off the house.
It's good to see y'all back in town.
Are you busy?
I'm here attending the bar, so one would say, yes, I'm at work. But, you know, I enjoy it, so, you know, you love what you do. How much do I make? Let's see, like in a day? Year?
Yeah, sure, a day.
A day? Maybe 30 silver, if it's a good day. good tips. This is a nice establishment.
What if I could give you more in... Wait, what time is it now?
It's like evening, like sunset. Dusk is what that's called. Dusk.
Well, I'll pay you 10 gold for the rest of the night if you feed me grapes and massage me in my room.
Well,
Like I'm gonna do it in the middle of the bar.
Got a jiggle though.
She's a whore.
Surely you can take off for the night.
let me get someone to tend the bar, and then I'll take you up on that. That's quite a bit of coin.
10 gold.
So he goes into the back, and
You have to pay people to touch you.
you see him like go up to the guy that's been like bussing tables, and he like grabs him and makes him go stand behind the bar. He's like, "All right, 10 gold, you said, right?"
Yeah, do you want it now or later?
I mean, now's fine.
5 now.
Half and half. I'm not gonna run off.
Should have made it seem like it.
Something just came over me. It's like I wasn't controlling myself in that moment.
Up to the room.
He follows you up there. What are y'all doing? Just drinking?
Yeah.
Drinking.
Watch them go to the room.
Is this like a
Got her
nice
another one.
Yes, it's very
Okay,
nice.
Fuck yeah.
What's this guy's name, you think?
I'm living it up for the night.
Okay.
Sucker.
Sucker. Rich man.
So for you rolled a 23, and you were researching potential components for a few
And
hours.
if I could narrow it down, it would be like things that would be applicable to me.
Right. And that's the issue here, is that you're doing this for a couple hours when normally like the research thing takes a week. So just within a few hours of research with a 23, you're able to find a decent list of components for wands, different trees whose wood make particularly strong wands, and just going through it, you're not really able to, because of the short amount of time, you're not really able to like anchor down like, oh, this is gonna make me a fucking dope ass like legendary status wand, or anything like that. But you just have, you come across a good list of some base components, but it's nothing too crazy. You feel like you'll need to spend more time researching this.
And I still have a couple of the ideas from the shop.
From what that guy said, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and his information really seemed more useful for what you were looking for in particular, rather than just making a wand.
Back to whispering, fuckers.
Yeah, you feel like you'll need to spend a significant amount of time
At least I've
researching
got a-
this to really narrow it down like you're wanting to.
I've got a
Jesus fucking Christ.
You need your own remote up here so you can just go.
Bring a remote
Well,
up here.
Yeah,
They whispered.
yeah, it's just the way
it's
the
just-
live feeds go. They'll switch cameras on you where one people are whispering so the volume's turned way up, and they'll switch to where people are fucking yelling. And then you're just like, fuck. Alright. Red Bull. Alright, so y'all are carousing for the night at the Silver Raven.
Looking for an old whore, the gangbang.
You're looking for an old whore to gangbang.
No,
Well,
I
you
was
can come
asking
up with
them.
that. Y'all did that once in the last
Accent guy with
campaign.
a 98-year-old. Hopefully she was half elf or elf.
We throw me the D100.
Ooh.
We'll roll this to find your whore's age. If it's
Not
below
mine.
18, it's plus 10. Or plus 20.
Get you to
Plus 20 if it's below 18.
How old are you, Draven?
25, 26.
Is that old?
You find an 80-year-old woman.
I
No,
am not
you're younger.
perusing for whores.
Y'all are in your early 20s.
Okay, early 20s. It's like
80.
I'm not looking for whores. I'm studying. I don't want to fuck the librarian, okay?
Calloused hands.
No, Drew. Listen, no. Not
Would you
happening.
like a gummy there?
Pull out that gilded pecker.
I only wanted some rich wine.
I'll give you a good gumming for a cuppa.
No.
Get my van.
No. No.
She just keeps advancing towards you.
Old person.
Was she in an alley or was she in a building? Like, did he search in buildings or alleyways?
Where did you search?
I wasn't
He
searching.
was just walking down the street and this woman approached him.
She's accosting me.
18.
Passes.
No,
God damn it.
no, that can put me down.
Give me my copper.
A cuppa for a gummy?
Give her the copper and run. She can't catch you.
I'll take the copper and I'll throw it the other way and I'll run that way.
She teleports to the copper.
Just
kidding.
She catches it in midair.
It's a hag.
No!
She catches it.
Fucking Odell Beckham's it.
Athletic check.
Make athletic check to throw it. She'll make dex to catch it. 15.
God damn it.
Very dexterous old lady. Does she do
7.
pull-ups?
7. She catches the coin.
Oh!
This means you won it.
Whole person.
Drop trash, son.
Whole person.
I think you could outrun her.
After he paid me a copper.
17.
I run. I run for my fucking life and use Misty Step.
You escape.
Just burned so many spells on that old bitch.
And as you're running down
In the streets of Blackmore.
Yeah. That was too normal of an age. Never mind. It's only funny when they're
Fucking
super
spry
old.
80-year-old.
I was rolling so high on
Does the 80-year-old have more speed than my guy? Does she have 30 speed to my 15?
Oh my god, you could never get away.
She probably has 20.
Yeah, she fucking power walks past me trying to run.
Oh.
Spent all my level 2 spells on her.
Come here, Sonny.
I still gotta get you back for that very first campaign.
That's true. You had sex with me.
No, I didn't.
Anyways, I'm gonna
Oh man. Alright.
drink in.
Draven enters the Silver Raven.
Lock the doors. I'm going to my room.
You run into that old bat with the coppers.
Yes.
Ready for a nap, then, are you?
No. I run upstairs and I walk
Ready
my
for
room.
a nap.
Is that old Beth?
Toothless Beth.
I lock my fucking door, Drew. My bird is staying on watch all night for old ladies entering the room.
Bird just.
Come to catch him, my copper.
You can have your copper back. I just want to give you a gummin.
My face hurts. Alright, so y'all go to sleep.
Yes,
No.
she doesn't.
You don't.
Not until late.
Not till late. You're being.
Getting that 10 gold's worth.
Yeah. Elias is feeding you grapes and massaging you.
Oh yeah.
You will make a performance check. 17. It's a great massage.
Oh yeah. Does it have a happy ending?
See if you,
Does
you
it
know.
have a happy ending?
You know,
Yes.
I'll roll for dog real quick.
That'll determine the happy ending.
see if it's popular or not. You should have advantage. His name's Elias.
10.
Ooh.
10.
In Hong Kong?
10 on dong. So
Busting through the seams.
he pulls out the meat missile.
What about the happy ending?
He paid me 10 gold.
Now I massage you.
And I guess he'll roll performance.
So he's gonna eat her grape?
13. Not a bad job, above
Nice.
average.
The dick size makes it better.
Gets advantage from disguise. 13.
That's as best as he can do. He really gave it his all.
Yeah.
Threw out a hip and a dead sweat.
The tail threw him off a bit.
Yeah. You're doing stuff with your tail that he just wasn't expecting. Whoa. Oh, one-way street.
How'd that get in there?
Yeah, so you have a great night. Draven cowers in his room. Scared of old Cindy Crawford, the copper croc. Copper cooch.
Copper cootie.
Coot.
You just hear that in your ears all
The
night.
copper coochie.
Okay.
Y'all go to sleep.
Copper hop.
You wake up in the morning.
Feeling like
Is
you
Elias
did.
still
Brush
there?
your teeth with a bottle of Jack. You are Kesha.
Oh,
How do you
God.
wish to continue?
Can I kill myself?
No.
Is Elias still there?
No. He left.
Bastard.
I guess I'll make one hit song and have my agent steal it all from me.
Yeah. Real funny.
And then be raped by him?
Oh.
Yeah,
I
Rowdy.
didn't
You're
know
making
that.
jokes. Everyone shame Rowdy.
Dang.
Shame.
Shame.
Ring, ding, 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 ding. Anyways, you awaken.
I feel ashamed you.
Yes.
Very well.
You awaken
Indeed.
in the morning. Breakfast is served downstairs. Have water, a nice morning ale.
Hair of the dog.
Hair of the dog, keep you going.
I drink the heaviest shit they've got.
And they
Round
bust
two,
out the
eh?
hard liquor.
Just a hard shot of it.
Gives you a shot of whiskey.
Turpentine.
This is called Dragon's Cum.
What does it taste like?
Well, it's in the name.
Doesn't taste good. Feel like you're giving birth to a dragon in about 2 hours, though.
Your asshole or your dick hole?
Yeah, just up in there.
All your orifices.
Shit.
They all leak and they all hurt.
But yeah, so
That sounds like something.
nice breakfast. Ham,
Standard English breakfast.
standard English breakfast. There you go.
Standard
Beans,
Blackmore
Continental.
continental breakfast. You got your ham and beans.
breakfast. The waffle bar.
Fucking waffle.
You get,
You can get the little box of oats.
With some frosted flakes.
Frosted oats, roasted rice,
Uh,
a little sugar and rice.
Sugar coated
Some malto meal.
corn flakes.
I'm liking this place.
It's like magic.
This stuff just keeps appearing. But yeah, some people kind of stroll in to eat breakfast here as well. People seem to be kind of in a hubbub of sorts. A hubbub.
About what?
A hubbub.
I'm gonna
Make
eat
a
it.
perception check with your ears.
Oh, it's
With my ear.
Whoever wishes to
natural one.
eavesdrop.
I can,
You can see what people
Read
are
their
seeing.
lips.
You can read lips. Oh, that's much different.
I didn't know you had that.
I
I'm
don't
supposed to.
I hear nothing.
Okay.
Roll
Natural
a
one.
I also have that.
I rolled a one.
So as you're reading their lips and hearing their sounds,
Just looking random 2 feet away.
He just fucking.
You're
staring
sitting
at
in another conversation.
can you speak quieter? I'm trying to read your lips.
Keep it down.
Did you listen, Rowdy?
No, I'm still terrified of. Well, I
You're
guess
still hiding in your room.
no. I'm downstairs shaking over my breakfast, trying to drink
Is it like a
off.
group of people talking, or is it just like?
Yeah, there's like a few different groups of people coming in, and you can hear them. But you hear them talking about this great flying ship that's above town right now.
So, there's a spectacle outside to see.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Huh? What?
There's a huge flying ship outside.
Oh,
Let's go check it out.
Oh, you said something else.
Are you okay?
No.
So you're going outside?
Yeah, no.
What's the marching order?
I'll go
First.
last.
I'll go
I'm-
last.
My speed is slow, so I'm
Oh,
on last.
I'll go third then.
Okay.
I'm like, they're at the door. I'm halfway there.
So as you walk out into the street, you see like so many people. The streets are packed as everyone's like looking up at this thing. You come out second, Draven third. As soon as you come out, you feel a grab on your arm.
No.
Are you serious?
I followed you.
Just shut
I
her
wanna
off.
get-
You're stronger than the old.
Gods! Gods!
No help comes.
These are people they can't get through.
It's too crowded. It's
Oh
just,
my god!
Disintegrate. Dragon's breath.
I will fucking kill this old bitch in the streets, Drew. Don't fucking test me.
Take me on the ship, Sonny.
Woman, I don't have time for this. No, you need to leave. I will threaten your life. I pull out my dagger. And I say, you need to leave now.
you're into toys.
Gotta fucking stab you.
Hey, what's going on back there? Leave that old lady
This
alone.
woman's accosting me.
You've got a knife.
She's got gums.
You realize
She
this
knows
is
how to
not a
use
good
them.
look for you as you're holding a knife to an old lady.
Leave her be. Leave her alone.
I'll see you in hell. And I'll put the dagger up and I'll walk off.
Okay. As you begin to walk away, she rubs the back of your head, pricking a piece of your hair.
Old person.
He already has the hair.
Yank it from her fucking
Yeah.
cold dead hands.
I pull the hair back and I run.
You try to run, but it's a massive crowd, and you're just like,
I start shoving through people.
What was she doing?
She took my fucking hair.
Your hair.
Yeah, I don't know what she was gonna do with it, but I didn't want to find out.
All right. Well, try to leave her alone next time.
I'm gonna kill her here in a second.
Won't be the first woman you hit in the back with a fireball.
looking up in the air, you see what would be a large sailing ship in the sea. But from your vantage point, you can see two on the front and the back. What is that called? The aft and the
Is it the stern and the bow? Or...
stern and bow. That's it. You see these like large orbs that are just glowing this blue color, and it just like appears to be swirling around inside as the light kind of pulses, but like in a circular pattern, as if something's
Familiar
flying
to us.
inside of it. Yes. No. But see, it's hovering above town. It's casting a large shadow over the city.
This is what we took those elementals for, huh?
How far up does it?
It would appear so.
It seems to be, let's see, from the ground up, it seems to be about roughly 120 feet or so in the air.
Okay.
High enough to be over all the buildings by a good bit. Maybe closer to 200 feet in the air, actually. So it's up there, and it's kind of near the estate.
Do there seem to be, as I'm working my way through the crowd, does there seem to be any, like, a group of either guards, like, protecting maybe richer people, or somebody that is Seems to be know what's going on, like giving a presentation or anything.
There guns on this ship? I guess I wouldn't know what that is.
No, you don't know what that is. But
what's the general?
everybody seems to be kind of just like in awe. Like it doesn't seem to be a panic. Everybody's just like, "Holy shit! Like this is crazy! Like a flying ship.
Okay.
What? Like
For anybody official.
looking around, you see some guards that are kind of like pressed up against, and then like you see up the road where the entrance to like the Blackmore estate is. There's like a line of guards like blocking people off from it, just because there's a large crowd. That's been standard practice in cities you've been in when there's an uproar of any kind.
And that ship's making a lot of noise up there.
So you hear it hovering.
It's like a train of people.
Like a train of...
I'll show you a train, Sonny.
Oh no.
Is she back for real?
No.
We get closer to the gates?
So this is what they were talking about in Driscoll, right?
Yes.
Like the elementals came through.
You're welcome.
I suppose.
Wonder what they're doing here.
Well, could fly up there and see.
Get shot down.
We will keep an eye on it, see where it lands.
Just a brown wood ship. And it was like painted black because it's Blackmore or something.
I'm
With,
only
like-
laughing because your facial expression.
With like cracking on the sail.
Yes.
Yes, it's wood of the brown color.
The brown variety.
Yes.
There is gotta be some sort of stain these times.
James got the giggles.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Maple wood.
You're unsure. It's wood.
Fair enough.
That'd be a good name for a character.
Oh, and cedar plank? Maybe
Ridiculous
balsam
Rage.
wood?
Ridiculous rage.
So, what do you do?
Richard Ray.
Continue to follow it. Whichever. If it is it hovering or is it going in a direction?
It's hovering.
I put my hood up.
Hmm.
Put my hood up.
Okay.
Yeah. Going to link into a like alleyway.
Okay.
And try to scale it to
Acrobatics. It's a tight little alleyway. You'll be able to like push on and off. Hardcore parkour. What?
14.
14? Yeah, you're able to get up easily enough.
How
Under
many
a rooftop.
feet away would you say the ship is?
In the air?
200.
It's about 200 feet in the air. And then it's kind of hovering like over y'all's family's estate.
I'm gonna
Like beside it. You know, like, the castle, you know, the towers and all that. Like here, and then the ship's like hovering right over here.
Were you with us whenever you climbed up that building?
I kind of slinked off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw. You could have. I wasn't hiding.
I'm gonna try to copy what he just did.
Make an acrobatics check.
11.
You just...
I'll see him
quite
down
get
there
up
and give him
there.
a hand and assist him.
Alright. You get advantage as he's trying to help you.
20.
As you go up, you see Nathaniel's hand drop down and you grab onto it and he helps pull you up. Y'all are both now on this rooftop.
Just leaning up against the wall, like
I'm gonna
knocking
grab.
my peg leg up.
I'm gonna grab him and just dimension door up there.
So you grab him, you flip your cloak around as y'all will just appear up. You'll see a puff of smoke and the smell of brimstone as...
Take the easy way up, did you?
I gotta help him somehow. I just left him.
I wasn't gonna waste any of my abilities this early in the day. If I wanted to fly, I'd fly up and see who was in the damn thing, but I don't know if we should do that.
I'm
So,
gonna
does it look like
I'm gonna
you'd have
stealth
to-
while I'm up here.
Get within
Okay.
like the walls of where the estate is to hear the thing.
I'm gonna say
That's-
crisscross applesauce.
15.
Alright, you sit down. He's stealthing. Is anybody else stealthing?
No.
Alright, what are you saying?
Is it like over? Like it would be behind where the guards are to get
Yeah.
over?
Yeah, it's like in that area, but it's next to their buildings and stuff.
I'm gonna wait and see if it lands,
Okay.
or if like a rope or like hanging ladder drops or something.
Okay.
What it's doing.
Or away from gates.
From where y'all are at, looks like maybe 1,000 feet or so.
All massive.
Yeah, a big mass of people in the streets. Sitting for a while, you notice it get a little lower, and then you see this large ramp kind of come down, and slide over. It's long. It looks like it gets down to the ground as it drops down to where it's maybe about 100 feet or so above the ground. Near the buildings, the ramp extends out, and you can't tell from here, but you just see a ramp come down.
Want to get a closer look?
You could try. What do we
jump?
Why are we
How
trying
many
to get
rooftops can we go
Never
before
seen
we're
this
at like the
before.
max distance of
Interesting.
rooftops?
Wanna see if
Like
learn
how
phrase.
about it.
up the road
Help
is
us
the
out.
estate.
Yep.
And there's buildings down
Mhm.
that the sides. How many? Like how far can we go on rooftops? To get
You
closer?
could go to where, from the last building to the gates of your estate, there is a 150-foot gap between the buildings and then y'all's estate walls. So there's a large gap there. Y'all kept a large buffer.
Right. I
So-
want to try to get all the way up to that last building.
All right. So as y'all go across, give me acrobatics checks or athletics checks, whichever you wish.
14.
3?
10.
10. So, Draven, you take off. You're hopping from building to building to building, and you make it to the end. And you turn around, and you're by yourself. Y'all three. You on the first one just fall down. Unless you were gonna do something to stop your fall. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. You had a 7.
Yes.
So about on the third building, you fall and take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
10.
And you, on about the 6th building or so, fall and take 5 bludgeoning damage. You all just kind of hit your stocks and fall, laying on the ground. Ugh.
Hell.
And Draven, you stand alone on the last building.
I'm staying stealth on that.
Wasn't a high DC, but my god.
I climb back up there and try again.
And I'm
Acrobatic check.
going to fly my bird.
21.
All right, you hop back up, and
Take
now
that tile
across.
that was loose and
You go across and you meet up with Draven. Is anybody else trying to go back up?
Do I see that I came on the? Like, do I see what building they're standing on?
No, you're like in the alleyway between two buildings, and that you
I'm
found.
gonna get up and like try to walk.
oh, it's all where we were headed to.
Yeah,
You know
walk
Beginning.
towards the street.
All right, so you start making your way through the crowd, trying to get up
Guess
there.
I'll try and get...
All right, acrobatics or athletics, your call.
18.
18. All right. So you're able to get up and make your way over to them. Lilith joins y'all a few minutes later. It takes you some time. It's going to take you about 10 minutes or so to get there as you're weaving through this crowd. What are y'all doing?
I'm laying prone and I'm going to send my bird 100 feet out with my vision in his.
Okay. You lay down.
Looking.
Give him a gummin.
Valen.
Give him a gummin. Nah. Okay.
Not tonight.
A wrister.
You're a wrister. What are you doing?
I guess I'll
Just
lay
chilling?
down.
Laying down? So y'all all three lay down.
Kind of just like...
What's your pose? You put your hands
I'm
up.
not surveying anything, I'm just chilling.
You're just chilling. You send your bird out about 100 feet. Up or over?
Over.
Oop. makes it 50 feet away from your estate wall.
I want to see if I can kind of get a better view of what's going on.
Right?
Not much, but...
Yeah, not much of a view. Make a perception check with your bird if you wish.
Yeah. 15?
15. You can make out some people walking down this platform. And you notice from this point, you can see the flag flying on it through your bird. And it is not the Driscoll flag.
Do I recognize the flag?
No.
Okay, I'll bring my bird back and zap my vision out of it, and I'll tell them that's not the Driscoll ship.
Well, what's it look like then?
And I'll describe what the flag looked like to them.
Okay, so you see a red and white checkered flag, and in the center, it's kind of like spaced out toward like the checker pattern's gone. You see a red eye.
Does anybody know what that means?
Do I know what that means?
Not a house.
Maybe not one that we know of. If ships are flying, imagine how far they could go. Farther than any place we've probably ever been.
And you keep an eye on it. They don't seem aggressive, do they? Is everybody on the ground over there?
I don't know.
Eventually, you make your way up there, and you can see them up there on top of the building, just because you knew where they were
I
going.
saw people getting off the ship, but I couldn't tell, what really was going on.
After sitting for about, let's say, 20 more minutes of y'all just kind of surveying this area, you see that flag come down, and you see a Blackmore flag get raised on it.
Apparently, it's a Blackmore ship now.
Got some more allies than realize.
Either that, or someone just made a big power move.
Or purchase.
Make perception checks.
Not me, right?
Yeah, no, not from your vantage point.
21.
15.
21. So you can see to the I think of the orientation here. That's north. So yeah, to the south, east of the town. You see all these people huddled up in the streets right in front of the estate, but you can see further over throughout the city. It looks like a company of soldiers marching down towards the south gate.
No, the rest of us saw that.
No, just her.
There's soldiers?
She can just like barely see their bannerman's flags like hanging up.
It's a checkered flag?
No, just the bannerman flags that hold y'all's people that hold the flags.
Oh, ours.
Yeah,
Okay.
as they're marching down towards the south gate.
There's some soldiers of ours going.
Why?
Fucking at everything.
I'm just trying to figure out what...
Maybe we should hail the soldiers.
We could certainly try.
About how far away are they?
Oh, pretty far, about half a mile from y'all, but y'all know that it looks like they're heading towards the gate out of town. Like y'all's main gate is on the south side.
Surely we're not going to war with someone.
Have you been in contact with your boy over there? Totally. Abel? Recently?
No, I haven't heard from him. I tried to send a letter when we were in Driscoll and no response. I'm off.
I need to see which direction the army turns.
It looks like it's going towards the estate.
No, it's going away from.
Oh, wait. Sorry.
Your estate's on the north side.
Steve in town?
be a bad idea to try to tail it for a little while, see which direction it. See if we want to try to get past it, around it, and head it off.
Yeah, we can try.
So y'all are gonna go down and go towards the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all climb down right here.
You want to go get the horses?
Is there?
I think the horses are that way.
So, like, you know, the people are in the center of town, like in front of the
Well,
building.
they're
Is there
going,
like
and
a
they're
like
not gonna be
alley or
moving
pathway
very fast.
behind the building?
Yes, yeah. There's
We
alleys
could go
and stuff.
back that way, and there's not really that many.
Yeah,
people.
you could avoid the crowds that way.
Okay. So we should do that then.
All right, so y'all hop down. Does anyone tell Azur what y'all are doing? Somebody sends a message to him, I guess, and
Yeah.
meet at the gates. Or whatever you want to say.
Take the back alley.
You start hobbling along.
Walking foot.
Say in about 30 minutes or so, y'all rendezvous at the gate. Looking beyond the city gates, it looks like the soldiers are just rallying at this point. It's about half a mile or so out from the city. Y'all can see them all kind of rallying up and see more companies coming out and starting to grow into a large force.
Is there any city guards nearby?
Yeah, right at the gates, yeah.
Can I go over to one?
Sure.
So, just curious, what's going on today in town?
Oh, well, as you can see, the troops are mustering over there, getting ready to go to war.
With who?
The Driscolls.
What happened with the Driscolls? Because we stole the airship.
Right, yeah.
Oh.
Word is there was at least the rumor is a little bit of trickery, deceit by our house to obtain it.
Oh.
The Driscolls are furious, as they should
I
be.
could understand, yeah.
Yes, and
Thought we were in good
House
standing with
Sable
them.
has backed the Driscolls. They believe the recent bombing in their town to be the responsibility of Blackmore as well. So you could say shit is hitting the fan here in Alm. This will be the first civil war in centuries.
Certainly sounds like it.
Dark times ahead.
I thought our father and the Driscolls were partners in business.
Well, you know how business goes.
I'm just a
Not
guard.
fluent.
I'm not fluent in business. But greater men than I make the decisions. I'm just a simple guard. I stand here and do my watch.
Right. Well, appreciate your service.
Ever seen the Driscoll army?
No. Born and raised here in Blackmore.
Know anything of the
Chances.
who might win?
Well, right now it's 2 houses against 1. Chances aren't great. Blackmore will need allies, I'm sure, but I trust Alistair's on top of it.
Number 2 in your opinion?
Yeah.
Sable's like 5?
They were 4, but 5
Yeah.
now.
We are
4. You were 5, y'all moved up 1, really? Since y'all
4,
started
yeah.
doing stuff?
Sounds like we're going to number 2 right now.
For
We got the airship and we got an army marching on number 2, so.
wait, no, Sable was 3. Marrow was last. And y'all kind of supplanted, so y'all are 3 now. So Thorley, Driscoll, Blackmore, Sable, Marrow.
What is our stand?
In the past, it's been tenuous. It's been very tough. But
They ran.
yeah, they ran y'all out of that gold mine that ended up making them the most profitable. Really took them into the top rank. And so y'all have a troubled past with Thorley. Yeah, and then Margaret's whole thing made everybody not really like the Blackmores. But yeah, I mean,
They don't know we're associated with Blackmore. There.
who?
The other town, Dorley.
Sure, they've talked to Stable.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, you don't
we're not
know.
talking about Thor. We're talking about
I was just talking about the overall
Right.
between the houses.
Driscoll.
I was just saying to her that they don't know that, like, you know, we're blood to their attacking force.
Right.
But Thorley's not for.
Now, right now it's Driscoll, Sable versus Blackmore. But you'd imagine
They
people are.
would be inclined.
Not necessarily.
Okay. That's what more or less what I was
Yeah.
trying to understand.
There could be some politicking and some petitioning, maybe
Hey, look at her big airship.
concessions. Right.
Can't actually.
It could be done to gain allies, but
It's a feat. You have to tell me.
Never mind.
the other two houses may stay neutral. They may join in.
Trying not to.
You don't know.
I don't know anything about it, so I'm not trying.
I wonder what Father
Weird,
has
isn't
done
it?
to Cole. Obviously.
So, where are we going? Do we pay our friends at the end of Earth a visit?
If they're gonna march on Sable,
No, Sable's backing them.
if Blackmore's gonna march on Sable,
The Under Earthers supposed to blow up Sable.
they did.
Sable,
Yeah, they think it's us. around.
the
They think
Under
it's the
Earthers
Blackmore
blew
that
up
did it.
Sable, and they thought that another house did that.
They thought Blackmore did it.
They thought Blackmore did.
Yes.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's Sable's and the Driscolls at war against
Okay,
the
I
Blackmores.
slightly.
You're
confused.
very confused. I wouldn't say
Because they
slightly.
think the Under Earthers. You think they blew up the?
Because they think the Blackmores stole the ship. and
What it sounds
blew
like,
up.
it sounds like these two events happened pretty close to each other, taking the ship and then the explosion. So
Not much of a coincidence.
there was a 3-house alliance to build this ship, and one house has taken it, and the other house got a
It's
bomb.
just one ship?
explosion
I
went
thought
off
they were
their
building,
bank.
like, multiple ships.
No, this is the first one of its kind.
I thought they were intentional.
They're made.
Oh yeah, down the line for sure. But
So
Right now, it's definitely
This ship.
leader in military.
what should we do? Should we go claim our bounty, or should we go pay a visit to the?
Claim a mountain. I don't think should be anything.
Uh,
we have enough
bounty.
gold.
Well, is that in Thorley, or is that in Driscoll?
What?
That's Thorley, I believe, that has the bounties that we need to
Oh,
pick up.
yeah, it's Thorley. Thorley has the bounty.
So should we do that
think
while
so.
there's not a war going on there,
Well,
and then we can pay a visit to the Underearthers?
I think maybe we should stay away from the Under Earthers if this is your.
maybe you
Reputation
should
on the
talk to
line.
your father.
Didn't you send him a message?
Whose father?
Your father.
Why my father?
You just sent him a message.
I meant non-written message. One that can't be located or can't be stolen.
I don't think it's range.
Talking to Rowdy.
I don't have that spell prepared.
so y'all are standing at this gate
Yeah,
trying to
it's
figure
very
out
interesting.
what to do.
We have to beat state probably.
A guard comes up to you.
Yes.
He hands you a scroll. You see on it a wax seal
Who does?
of your family's seal on it.
crack the seal and I open it up.
Close up.
You read it. You're being summoned to see your father.
Just him?
Oh, yeah.
The Black Company?
Draven just sent him a letter recently, so he knew he was in town. Yesterday, or
And does it say anything about bringing them with us or just us too?
oh yeah, he's Alright, we back. All right. So y'all approach the Blackmore estate. You reach the gates, the guards allow you in, and you make your way to the main hall where your father has his throne room. Y'all enter. Inside, in this room, you see four actually of the elite guard, 2 by the door, and 2 in the far corners of the throne room. There's 2 other side doors there, one's in front of each. As you walk in, your father stands up, tells the guards to leave. They all walk through their doors that they're closest to. And he stands up off the throne and he walks down the green carpet that's in the middle. My son. Grabs your head. He brings you in, embraces you in a hug. My daughter Lilith. Who's your companion here? The blue one? Herr Genasi, I mean? Didn't mean to be rude.
I bow my head at him.
Your name?
Azul.
Well met, I'm Alistair Blackmore.
Meet you, sir.
Oh, my nephew.
Alistair.
He brings you in for a hug. Or nephew, my cousin. Yeah, that's what he calls you. He's really like
Why the fuck didn't I get a hug?
a distant cousin, but... Huh?
I said, why the fuck didn't I get a hug?
He did.
Oh.
He said my daughter Lilith gave you a hug and
Oh.
moved over to him. It's been a long time.
It has.
How have your travels been? It's been many years.
Much more eventful here lately.
When did you meet up with Lilith and Draven?
What has it been since they showed up in Driscoll?
Oh.
Draven's eyes are just wide.
Well done in Driscoll. You
I hope that it would come to the benefit.
certainly delivered us a great gift. Put us in a track for battle, but I think it will be worth it.
The allies that have been gained are fruitful.
Oh, yes. Very, very beneficial allies. Much appreciated. Well, as a member of the non ruling house, as a lesser Blackmore, I feel like what you've accomplished has earned your name. Welcome back, Nathaniel Blackmore.
Great honor.
I'm proud.
My goal here recently seems to have switched to aid these children on their quest.
Yes, it's wonderful that they were able to find you and help their own efforts to gain their names back.
Our mutual friend definitely helped in that venture.
Yes.
We all have our own paths to prominence. Mine, may have been a little more lowbrow than some, but in the
hey,
end, the results seem to be speaking for themselves.
the ends justify the means, always. So, I'm sure you're aware of the airship, the army's mustering.
Whole town's aware.
By the looks on your faces, did you keep your identity secret from them?
Figured that would be.
Yes, they would have been much too young by the time you left.
still held up in the estate.
Yes. How old are you now? It's been
It'll be, I guess, 30 this time.
30, yes. Well, I call him nephew, but meet your distant cousin here. I believe third, Nathaniel Blackmore. Well,
I hope no.
the black
ill
hair,
will
the
has
green
been
eyes, nothing
grown.
gave it away.
You know, it's not proper for a Blackmore to claim his name when he has not earned it.
Of course.
What moniker were you using? Were you using the standard black?
Still go by Nathaniel Noir.
Nathaniel, no. Huh. I like that.
It has a ring to it.
It does, for sure. Anyways, so
My bank account was under black.
to the matters at
One that got blown up.
hand. War is upon us.
Noted.
Have that off my chest.
You gonna change your guy to Blackmore now?
Yeah, I would have changed
That
it.
is quite a fucking secret, James.
I was always so suspicious of you. I knew you had like some nobility. I just wasn't. I didn't expect Blackmore, and I don't know why I didn't.
Right.
I love that, like,
And it played together because I was like, we'll just go by Black as the surname after he had already created him, and then it just like.
Yeah.
it played in, and then one time when y'all were like giving names, he gave his name as Nathaniel Black. Like,
You gotta take my name.
and you're like, hey, y'all took our name. That was a
we,
great one.
we had a real issue with when Sam was doing the art, like, because a lot of his backstory is that, and he talks about the backstory
Yeah.
and his things like, you can't say that. You
I had
can't
to
say
tell
that.
him not to say it, like on the stream when
Even
he was
though
drawing.
he drew them to look very similar.
Yeah. So, anyways,
It's the
It's
nose.
on your computer.
It's the nose. It gives it away.
but
Nose goes.
anywho,
Woo.
so
3 blacks and a blue.
yep.
Are we playing Magic?
So we have acquired this air vessel, as you may have seen, courtesy of your cousin here. But Sable was recently attacked, and that's being pinned on us. The timing was poor. I understand the thought that it was us that did it, as it was within a few days of us commandeering the ship. So we have some allies, some more nefarious than others, but none of the other houses back us at the moment. Do you know of anyone that could, maybe a house that you could sway, any other allies, people, groups you may have met on your travels?
Well, we do know of one. But
Yes.
I don't think they would like us too much, but they don't like anybody else, to be fair.
Alright, so a group of malcontents.
Yeah, it's the ones that bombed Sable.
Oh.
It seems they may have done it with the black powder we gave.
Okay. So this house is...
I wouldn't really call it a house.
No, not them. I was saying our house is
Oh.
We still have our buttons on.
indirectly responsible for this attack. Would you say?
We tried to steer them towards, what's that place called again?
Thorley.
Was it Thorley that had the beholder?
No,
Driscoll. We
yeah.
tried to steer them towards Driscoll because we found out that the magistrate is a beholder.
They have a beholder.
As a magistrate.
Driscoll.
It's
Well, that's a problem.
Sort of a.
Or,
Does it...
I wouldn't say
They're in control of it.
I think he runs the Found from the shadows, from
Kind of like a mafia.
what we kind of understood.
Seems to be in cahoots with the corporation.
Oh,
So,
so we have a beholder in Driscoll.
Our own corporation took 10,000 gold from me.
You misunderstand. Our allies in
That was not
Driscoll.
in character. That was not in character.
Had to get y'all indebted somehow.
Our allies in Driscoll have a beholder, then. Not that one can control a beholder. Best to leave it where it is. So,
Here came face to face with him.
what
I
was
survived.
that? Are you a magic user?
Yes, sir.
Quite the harrowing experience.
Yeah, I had to bring him a live homeless person to eat instead of me, but I was able to walk out.
That's
Gave
good.
him a good meal before marching him.
Better a worthless life than your own.
And your family helped me, so I've tried to help them.
Will you stay loyal during this?
Without
Event.
them, I would still be in captivity, alone, in the mountains. So I owe them.
So we
More
have
than my
your
life.
sword.
Sorry?
We have your sword then?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful.
And my axe.
I didn't realize you started using an axe, daughter. Oh,
Oh.
so
Was
this
too
group,
perfect.
you think you could convince them to join our cause, or at least maybe continue their attacks on Sable?
We could possibly guide their hand, but at some point we will have to cut ties,
Okay.
of course, because you know how it is.
All right. Well,
They're not really
for
a
now,
fan of nobility
they're not a fan of nobility.
in
Well,
general.
perhaps, like you said, we can guide their malintent towards Sable.
not the smartest group. Seems to, if they come upon a menial task, it could keep them busy for quite some time.
Especially when we bring gifts,
When you
Like
bring,
gifts.
they like gifts.
like black powder.
Where are they?
I'll tell 'em.
Between here and Sable.
Like a day and a
In
half
between
from
Sable and Marrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Off the beaten.
Perhaps we will deliver them some. We have some stores. I'll send a envoy. Is there any word or code to show them that you're
You'll need one of these, and I'll pull off my pen. I'll give him the pen.
taken? All right, we'll send a small shipment of black powder towards them. We'll give this button to
Wax.
Wax?
Wax.
Quack.
Wax? Oh,
Clax. Yes, Clax.
your previous hire is there.
Yes,
looking
Clax.
for
And
them.
did y'all tell him of Bane's death?
Yeah, I
you wrote
did.
it in the letter.
In the
Okay.
letter, yeah.
Okay. He's with these people?
He is.
Huh. Did he leave? He left before y'all went to the mountain, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Any reason why he left? Didn't.
He was very indebted to Bane, and without.
Bane was still alive.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know.
Just went on
he
his own
just
path?
preferred it. I guess the lifestyle suits him over.
Yeah.
late
We
for
sort
hire.
of really liked killing, and
Ah.
we were a tad worried that might arouse some thoughts.
He was the
So it
cause
was-
of the Sable City Slicer.
It was kind of a
The
better
leader
situation
of
for
those
him.
underathers are quite strong as well.
The
They
men
seem
aren't
to
too
admire
strong.
the man.
Oh, they have a powerful leader.
Most
But not too
powerful
smart?
Two there are probably Clax and him. Outside of that, they're pretty much
Average.
nobodies.
Underwhelming.
That's for sure.
like you said, we'll send them powder and hopefully they continue their assault on Sable. Anyone else that you think could come to our aid?
Bounty to turn to
Well, I mean, that's just money for us.
kill a dragon.
There's the fortress outside of Thorley.
We did think about trying to restore the old ruins and make it a base of operations for us.
But that's a lofty goal for later on. Are you in position to do this?
We're in position. Well, I should say we have the strength to be able to clear the ruins, but as far as materials go, we're slightly lacking on funds.
Well, I would suggest you stay as far away from the ruins as possible for now. Don't think it's wise to go there yet. It is greatly haunted. It may not be wise to go ever. It's a ruin for a reason.
Once and encountered some specters.
And how did that go?
We took care of one of them and we had to leave. This was very early on in our journey. When we first met you out in the encampment.
Yes, I don't much like the idea of going there. I think it's best to let a ruin be a ruin.
Other than that,
There is unrest. Stable family, I would say, still, right? Is his sister still?
His sister's dead.
I'll kill her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's dead. His dad's dead.
There is maybe evidence that the current ruler of Sable was implicit in the death of the previous.
Oh, really?
That's true.
What evidence would there be?
Bet we can get to the Lawrence.
Yes, the leader of the Federation was tasked with the security detail that allowed it to happen.
We weren't there, but
Are we there?
Quax and Bane killed.
Killed Theseus.
Yeah, Bane and Quax was there. But
So I say that.
Lawrence set up us kill the Knoll so we could kill him.
That's true. Lawrence.
So
Federation leader there, he knows of his betrayal. to his house.
Is there more proof than just word?
Were there any letters back and forth?
I don't believe so.
Yeah. It was all meetings at the
Yeah, because we got the only thing that we had signed was for the Knolls.
But it is pretty openly spoken in the streets.
What?
Of the possible betrayal.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you could get this Lawrence here, maybe you could go speak to him, threaten him.
Would we be welcome, say below? But
You probably are not, but that's up to you to figure out how to do it.
I think our friends, the Unearthers, may be able to help in that.
Can't y'all look differently?
Well, there you go then. Perhaps you can threaten this Lawrence. Maybe you can take him and say he runs the Federation in Sable. So I'd threaten him and perhaps maybe we can secure his forces of the Federation.
Maybe instead of getting bounty for the killed dragon and try to blackmail, get in goods with Winston to talk to him about it or something, get in good with the Federation, then we can blackmail. Tell him that you're gonna have to fess up or what.
He knows y'all are the ones that killed Theseus though, right?
He knows.
require delicate handling. Or if that information came out, it would be very bad as well.
We'd have to do.
Or should we just kill him
Is there?
and try to find Theseus and kill him ourselves?
Theseus is dead.
I mean, not Theseus.
Cassius.
Cassius.
Perhaps.
Would it be easier to just execute the bloodbond?
You could try.
Is there any chance at all we could restore our relationship with Thorley?
Perhaps. Perhaps you should go and speak to them.
Did kill a dragon in that area?
Weren't thoroughly along, but we did.
Good things for
We
Thorley.
did take down a demon and a
Clear-
white dragon
Cleared him of that
in the cliffs.
nuisance.
Well, maybe you could strike a bargain with them.
Is the Federation one for all, or is it one per? Are they all? They're one leader or one family that is over all the Federation? Or are they
No.
just the outside?
Different branches come together to be
Could
the
we?
Federation.
So we could get all the Federation, or would we just be like the Thorley Federation?
It would be one branch. They're all separate entities that
They're all
fly under the
separate.
same banner. But they are separate.
Hell sword.
Would it be better to break up the Federation?
I think that would be harder. Brothers in arms tend not to turn on each other so easily.
Is there any news of more of these ships being attempted to be built?
I'm sure they'll try, but they needed our help last time.
This is the only one.
This is the only one. The first created.
We had a great deal of help. Fire the other. It
Or
would be difficult for them to.
more of them on the mountain? Are there any that would going to cause here off the mountain?
I wouldn't think. They are.
There were not enough that we took the elementals.
I think they were with Gale gone, and if I could walk in with the spear, I'd be able to sway, but I don't see them walking off the mountain. I think they are in their ways.
A potential
I was an outcast.
thread to follow. Up
So
to you.
let's say I can speak to the head of the from your way.
Well, you would see what they want, see if a partnership could be created.
I wouldn't assume Nathaniel would be the ambassador, since he's the only one to claim the name.
Right.
I think no war will be outside of this room for now.
But you need to speak with them. I will write a letter saying you are my emissaries. See what they want. Don't offer any great trade without my approval. Perhaps they want you to handle something or do something or promise something in return for their aid.
Gold mine that I know he has let you know of. Also, an amethyst
Yes,
mine.
I've heard of the amethyst mine.
There was a
The auction
There was
house for
a
the
auction
slaves
house.
could
There was
also
a
be
slave
used as a
house.
base for operations if we needed sleepers in an area.
Yes. This main force first will.
we could tell Thorley about that. Those that are close to Thorley. Put that in possible trade since it's closer to there, or you would not want to.
The amethyst mine?
The amethyst mine.
No,
No, that was the rock
Earth genasi.
elemental, so we could
Oh.
offer.
Yes, that's been the problem with some of these mines that you've written about. They're in foreign territory
We could,
or under control of other lords. It would be an act of war to take them, but here we are. I had fully intended to honor our agreement with Sable and Driscoll, but too good of an opportunity arose. So we took it. But I said we'll send some in to man a defense line from Sable to here. Then the others will march down towards Driscoll. Hopefully we can meet them near the peaks or the mountain pass of the Small Teeth and start to do battle. And then we'll be attempting to attach some type of weapons to this airship here, and that should give us superiority.
What would you say our chances are against Driscoll and Sable?
Shit,
I'm
Nick.
don't know much
Jesus
of war numbers, but
As it stands right now, it will be a challenging task. This
Those black powder mines seem very challenging.
will make them difficult to deal with, but
with your
this ship should help us a
with
great deal.
Your acquisition of this ship, and with your goals of attaching weaponry to it. It's just a thought, but would you be able to use possibly earth elementals or fire elementals to use as cannons? Be able to rain down fire or rocks as cannonballs?
have you ever heard of a tin bomb?
A tin bomb? I have not, no. Difficult for what you speak of, Draven. The way cannons are mounted on sailing vessels is more to fire at others on the same plane in terms of
You would have
levelness.
to put it on the bottom of the deck.
Right, and that makes it more difficult to fire, but don't worry yourself on that. We have plans for weapons. Yes, I have an idea for quite a powerful one, but that will come later.
Mount the beholder
As
on
novice
front of the
as our
ship.
hands are at being dignitaries, I feel like our strengths are very suited to be saboteurs if the opportunities arise as well. Maybe just as beneficial to go after their supply lines than
Smart. Destroy their mines. It's a great strategy. But either way, find us allies. The war is coming. You may be needed on the battlefield eventually. I hope it won't come to that, but... No. That's all I have to say.
Could I?
Sure.
may I ask one favor before
What's that?
is there a cleric employed to 8? Powerful.
We have ways to heal.
And here in service to the family has, as you can see, given
Yes.
blood, sweat, and
Blood, sweat,
Life and
leg.
limb.
life and limb.
Life and limb. Yes, that's my new family quote. Give my life and limb and love.
We operate best as a swift group.
I do have gold
And the leg.
and the food.
It's powerful magic. Powerful magic. But possible. Set you up with one of our doctors.
It's... Heard of that before.
Yes, wait outside and I will come retrieve you after I speak with Lilith.
Carpenter did this.
Yeah.
We'll
Yes,
go outside.
a skilled tradesman.
I scared him.
Alright, off with you. You wait by the door out front. Not inside, but outside.
Yes, sir. How about my? Can I just like?
I'll just slap Draven on the back, give him a nice one on the shoulder.
Do you want us to lead?
Cousin.
No, y'all don't have to like get up or anything.
So, what did you want to speak of?
I just want to know if you can tell me more about.
It's a wand that's been in the family. Other tieflings, such as yourself, have used it.
Shit.
Has
Should have asked him about the tattoo.
Wait, will you hold on, Eddie?
is it common for other tieflings in the family to hear the wand speak to them?
No. Who's speaking to you?
What's her name? Margaret?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Margaret, I think she's part of our family.
Make a perception check real quick. Or actually an insight check.
Insight?
Mm-hmm.
Nathan's a good friend. I wasn't gonna say anything until that was addressed.
15?
15. When you say the name Margaret, you see kind of like his brow kind of furrow and this look of concern for just a moment.
Mm,
You weren't paying attention, you might not have noticed it.
like a micro expression.
Yes. Margaret. Are you sure it's her? I don't think it's just a hallucination.
No, I'm not sure. But
Perhaps you...
she said it's her, and the first time she spoke to me was when we tried to enter the ruins, and she warned me that it was dangerous.
Huh. So she is looking out for your life. What else has she told you?
Has she said anything else? I don't really remember.
The heroes.
It's been a while.
She got the vision, the
Oh.
shadow stuff. If you want to tell him that you've
Yeah,
accepted power from her.
I'll tell him. I'll explain all that.
Okay. So you've made a pact with Margaret.
Is it with her? Technically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
You've become more powerful.
That is concerning. So all she told you was to avoid a place because it was dangerous. And visions of... You explained everything to him.
And an imp.
Visions of heroes that stopped her.
Yes.
And her goal is what? Did you say again?
Be released.
To release her.
Nathaniel's a favorite.
Was she the last person to have this wand, or was there someone before me?
No, she was the last. She was the last. Okay, I would advise you to not speak with her, to not further this pact, and to try to find some way out of it, if you can.
Why should I fear it? Was she a bad person? I mean, I've heard of...
She was deranged, insane. Not a word she says can be trusted. She ruined this house's reputation. So,
why would she warn me about the ruins?
probably one of her Some twisted game she's playing, perhaps.
Hmm.
Tread lightly.
And you're sure nobody else?
I'm sure. She tries to speak with you. Try to fight it off. Try not to engage. She's not to be trusted.
Sure.
Is that all?
Yes, that's all.
Well, safe travels.
I'll leave.
Alistair calls you back in about 15 minutes or so after you see Lil come outside. Takes about 15 minutes, and then someone comes and calls you in. And all right, for this operation, we will have to make you unconscious. Do you agree to this?
Yes. 150 hit points. I'm dead.
They have this bottle and they pour
They regenerate me.
it on the rag and they put it over your face and you fall asleep. You wake up sometime later in a bed.
Your kidney's missing.
Your sides hurt so bad. No, I'm kidding.
I have one eye.
No, you have your leg back. You can feel your toes.
Moving my toes right now.
And the doctor there, cleric, says, huh. Your leg is back. It should work properly. The ritual was successful. Now, go back to your friends. And a couple of guards come and get you and lead you out.
Thank you.
Take you back to the front of the gates where they're waiting for you.
I can change my walking speed now.
Yes!
I hug him. I hug him. I'm like, that's a good friend.
So, you got your leg.
Kinda like
You gained some
That's the
information.
walking speed.
you didn't have to pay for the.
It's just an illusion.
Yeah, you're still slow. I'm just kidding.
Change my walking.
Really should have asked him about the tattoos now that I think about it.
You gonna tell him you read a crazy book?
Don't really want to. I was nervous enough as it was.
Yes, this family and their secrets.
Like that. So, where to now?
That is the question.
So y'all are related?
Apparently.
Can't see the family resemblance.
Kinda did, but most humans look similar.
There's two things I would like to pick up while we're in here. I want to go buy binoculars or a monocular.
Okay. You're able to
Idea.
find a spyglass. Like the.
Yep.
Maybe the Under Earthers first.
Perhaps that'd be the easiest to swing, but
I think we
my
should
father
go.
said he was gonna send Black.
Spyglass costs 1,000 gold, apparently.
What?
Yep.
That's fine. I got a foot back. You can have it.
What does it do exactly? Just so.
That's it. Just how much?
Let you zoom in, I guess.
And what's the viewing distance?
5 feet.
Yeah, because I mean, it's probably going to be helpful coming in later on, but. If the game mechanic of it's something really fucking weird, like you get advantage on perceptions, then I'm gonna tell that 1,000 gold to
No,
ship
we
it.
got. I'll take 1,000 gold for
If
fucking
it's-
advantage perception.
Or perceive at like 1,000 feet or something would be.
Well, even 100.
Well, yeah.
Even an extra 100, 200 feet is good.
Yeah, I mean, if it actually gives us distance, then yeah, that's worth it. But
if it's only
doesn't-
100, it's not worth it because you have a bird.
mean, those
but
are-
if it's 200, it's double your bird.
Mainly for like sea voyage and stuff like
Mhm.
that. I mean, they could see miles.
Well, in today's
Like I said, it just
I'm
depends
pretty
on the
sure I
game
can
mechanics
see
of
through
it.
How long?
my-
Like a mile?
I know
It's
there's
pretty
some.
far.
I know there's some really cool invocations.
That's what you should have done. You should have turned him invisible and just flew him up to the ship.
We saw what we needed to see.
But if we
Could have stung your dad.
I
Yeah,
thought
poison-
about a whole
poisoned
poisoning
him.
on him, seeing if I could kill him.
if we can get some help from the
Jesus.
Under-Earthers to maybe go kidnap Frederick or Lawrence.
And have Lawrence just stir some shit up because you know Lawrence is in with Sable.
Yeah, he's a big ally for
I think if you could steal
Yeah.
Lawrence,
What if we forged like documents? Like
Lawrence knows everything about us.
letters from him to the leader of the Sabres
Cassius.
about murdering their dad. We steal him.
I mean, they're in the same town. Like they have a known relationship where they meet. Why would they have letters?
Oh no.
I think the best way, because if you take Lawrence, that takes away an ally.
I know. We know he eats at that restaurant every
Okay.
night. We could always go in there and just fireball the
Okay,
shit out of
This
it.
is what we need to do. We need to go back to Thorley, get our rank upgraded, Federation rank upgraded. Try to talk, then we all three go in and talk to Thorley to see what's going on. Then we go to the Under-Earthers, talk to them. That's on the way to Sable. And we figure out a way to take Frederick. Lawrence, I mean. Because you can look like Lawrence.
Yeah.
You can sound like Lawrence, can't you?
I don't have actor.
Alter Self doesn't?
Alter
Change your
yourself
voice?
does. Changes your voice, your appearance, and everything. You can basically become that person.
Yeah.
I can turn Frederick invisible. I can turn Lawrence invisible.
We
The
also
puppet
have,
king of Sable.
we also have a potion of gaseous form.
If
We do that. Few of them.
you have greater invisibility,
It only
I could-
lasts for like a minute outside of combat.
I could cast Fly on invisible for a minute to get up 600 feet. In a minute, I can get up 120 feet 6 times. So get up 300 feet and just flies out. I'm in a cart we have.
Yeah, one of our many cards.
I could cast invisible.
Always the corporation
On the bedroom?
operating within Driscoll. Probably have some work to do. Help the cause.
Yeah. They also want to take down Delwyn.
I don't know how far they can see, but I'm trying to find it, but I'm not gonna find it right now. But you can see pretty far with it,
Okay.
as long as there's no obstructions like hills and shit
Right,
like that.
right. So you want to pick that up while we're here? Okay.
It's that expensive too because in the setting it's hard to make.
Okay.
It's basically the precursor to the telescope, is what a spyglass was like. Pretty impressive construction.
Precursor to the sniper rifle.
No.
I'll
Precursor
put it
to
on
a
a
sniper
wall.
scope.
On it?
So,
Yeah.
buy a spyglass. And where are y'all headed?
Yeah.
To the
To the
horses.
horses.
Okay, you make it to your horses. Now where are you headed?
We load up our carts.
Take it out of the bag of holding.
I will fucking fireball her in the center of town.
Wow.
Not the first lady he's burned alive.
So we get the carts and we're headed to
Raven's a
Thorley,
prude.
right?
You're headed to Thorley?
To pick up our bounties if we can.
Yeah. It'd
Alright.
be nice to talk to them as well, because it did help them around there, see what they're thinking.
You want to tell them about that mine?
Got the note.
I would say let's
Yeah,
see how
that y'all are the emissaries to
the,
speak on this
the
matter.
talks go, and if they're like,
I
well,
ain't
you
talking,
know,
so that's up to you.
we'll leave it in our back pocket in case we.
All right. So you travel along the roads. As you travel, you notice you're going south down the road before the split to Thorley. You notice that see several companies of Blackmore military marching down the road as well.
Riding a little higher in my.
You turn off towards Thorley and you make it there. What was it? It was what I say, it was 6 days away. And so in that amount of time, you make it to Thorley. Yeah, you have long rest. Several long rests. You enter the town. Where do you head first?
Federation first.
Yeah.
Alright, so you go to the Federation to meet Winston Marvell. Welcome back.
What?
How have y'all been?
Busy.
I've heard. I have heard. So, dragon. Impressive. Very, very impressive. Heard it was a large dragon as well.
Large.
What a-
Actually landed on top of our friend here.
I'm surprised she didn't die.
What was that like?
We were under a dragon for an hour.
He drops his muffin.
She was unconscious when it happened.
Ah. So, a white dragon, young adult, was the appraisal. Oh. So, it's I wish to have this taken to the bank. It's a large sum. 20,000.
Alright. Did the investigation on the demon ever come back?
Not yet. They're still investigating. It is quite difficult to find witnesses of this enigmatic demon, devil, whatever it was. We've interviewed people. We're still asking. Some stories contradict others, so trying to get to the bottom of it. It was good with the dragon, for there was physical proof of it, but
Got an account at the bank. Is it possible for it to be deposited?
Or
yes.
transferred over?
Yes, we can have it transferred to your account. We'll let the bank know.
But heard the news. They're the only news we're talking nowadays.
Yes, wars upon the land of Alm. House Blackmore has stolen from House Driscoll and bombed Sable City as well. Trying times.
What would the Federation do?
Did he say Driscoll bombs it?
No, we bombed. Or y'all bombed.
No, Blackmore. Y'all stole from Driscoll and bombed Sable.
Oh, okay.
Is what he said. So, what'd you say? What will the Federation do? Well, the Federations are loyal to the towns that they're in. So, if adventurers wish to fight, they would be paid. A little known fact, some cities might, well, little known, it's common in war, but conscription is common. Sometimes Federation members are the first towns go after, because they know they're capable warriors.
How would you start a new branch in another town of the Federation?
Well, you'd have to reach the rank of Imperator. There's only 3 of such rank. Myself, Brock, Litter Jim, and Driscoll, and Lawrence and Sable. Well, you do great deeds, and actually, after killing your dragon, you 4 will reach the rank of Sentinel. Which, there's only 1 rank in between Sentinel and Imperator, but hard to gain. Then, and there is, Archwarden, and then Primarch. So there's only 1 of each. The Grey Knight is the Archwarden. Very powerful. The Grey Knight, yes. And then the Primarch is, the head of the guild overall that banded these adventuring groups under one banner, the Federation, Artemis Keeler.
Where can we find him?
He travels a lot. Tries to not be held down in one place, but sometimes you might see him here, you might see him in Driscoll, you might see him in Sable. He goes up north to the Sword Coast a lot. He's trying to expand, bring other adventuring guilds under the banner. He tends to deal with problems of extra planar importance. He's quite powerful. One of the most powerful individuals in all of On in terms of combat prowess. He's been around for some time. But he used to stay here. I believe he's from here. But I haven't seen him in some time.
What,
Well, you've reached a rank only 50 past have made. Most are older. But you will gain access to more difficult challenges. You might be called upon more than your normal coming by and asking if there's any work. But if there's a challenge that we feel like someone of Sentinel or higher needs to handle, but if it's right around that Sentinel range, you will be called upon. The pay is good. You won't complain about that. But you can still take lesser jobs. You can come by and ask for something lower, but y'all are 4 of 10 active Sentinels in the whole Federation.
Do you have any request traveling action?
Right now, most people are waiting to see what happens. Let's put a damper on trade for the moment. No one knows where these battlefields might pop up. More information is needed before we adjust trade routes and things of that like. So right now, most people are sitting back, trading within the city.
contact by either the
houses?
I've heard from both Brock and from Lawrence. Haven't responded yet. I need to wait and see what Weston wants to do. See if he wants to get involved. Or, I guess I shouldn't use his name so casually. Lord Thorley. This is Winston. It's a coincidence that their names are Winston and Weston. Name generator.
I appreciate that.
I already had this guy's name, Weston. So now I auto-generated Winston's name.
On a sidebar,
Rock Glitter Gym.
Brock Glitter Gym's in Driscoll.
Yeah,
This is
and there's-
Winston
yeah.
Marbell.
should we just go ahead and make counsel with the Lord here and see if we can't get them all at once? And
So you wish to speak to Lord Thorley?
well, that was a sidebar.
Is there any way for us to speak?
What grounds would some members of the Federation have to speak with him? On what matter?
While we were in Blackmore,
What?
while we were in Blackmore, we were tasked to deliver a message
By whom?
by Alistair Blackmore.
You have proof of this?
We do.
Would you care to show it?
Pull it out.
A paper.
We kept most of.
Alright, you hand it to him. He breaks the seal and he opens it. Oh. Political emissaries. Alright then,
We get paid where we can.
fair enough. But that's a little bit called for. A meeting will be had. I will take you to him.
Freaking that's. I mean,
That's his dude.
He's
So
probably pretty trusted.
yeah.
Trying to get the Federation on our side with the stable.
Lawrence, we're either gonna have to kill him or blackmail him.
Federation out of it.
I was trying to figure out if we could get one of them to move to Blackmore,
Yeah, I thought that was a great idea.
That would be like kidnapping.
and that's
right?
why,
So,
like, yeah, blackmailing him or kidnapping him and being like, "Look,
I mean, we
here's
can buy him.
here's what it is."
Got 38 grand. Let's try to buy him to Blackmore.
Don't want to spend.
We're gonna
We
just.
have an airship.
We have an airship. We're on the up and up. Here's 40 grand to get started in Blackmore as the Federation.
We'll see how the conversation
But when
goes
he gets to
we get there.
Blackmore, he slices his throat and take the 40 grand.
But then you don't have the Federation branch there.
We can work. Sure. I'm not sitting
The
over.
branch is more the person than it is the location.
I think it. Cool.
That would benefit us a lot, and we can have sell swords by the dozen,
Get someone that gonna
and that would
protect
take
you.
away a little bit of power from another city. A sell sword.
head of Federation. Just like no.
You hear that, honey? Zura's gonna ask you to marry him.
But at the end of the campaign, I'm guy for the Federation of Blackmore. Maybe in
And father might not want me anymore.
Get around.
We're about to have fucking demons and cities after our ass.
Demons.
If she starts denying that pact,
But I was not.
He says you can Alistair.
I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, but I also don't trust
Of
her
course,
fucking
to his
wand.
face, I was going to agree to not fucking
Right.
wand. Shit. I saw that he was suspect, and then I'm like, all right.
I mean, he stole a fucking airship and was open about stealing it. Like, yeah, we did it. Whatever.
I thought it was great when you're like, oh, we have a boat. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know what's up with that fucking hair, man.
It's messing up again.
Not terribly. It tanked earlier, like right before we went to break. It's just all over the place right now.
Yeah.
I'm not on the stream right now, trying to help it.
The stream
That won't do anything. It's just
acting weird.
I don't know if it's my fucking Wi-Fi thing or what. It's just like our connections all over. Everything's loading fine right now, but I just don't get why it's doing that. Whatever. It's running fine enough right now. I'm just looking at the numbers going fucking bananas. Weird. Oh well. But yeah. Sorry, I'm just staring at those numbers going nuts. Alright, so
We were discussing.
it looks like it just stabilized, so that's good. Yeah, so you get led up to see Weston Thorley. He's the Lord of Thorley, head of the house. So, Winston. God damn it.
You want to change his name to Weston?
No. Why would I change his name to
I
Weston?
thought you said his name.
No, Weston's the name of the Lord.
Thorley and
Winston Marvell and Weston Thorley. I'm saying God damn it because their names are
Okay,
pretty
my
close.
bad. Okay, I got confused.
It's very confusing.
Yes.
Stupid.
So you're brought before him. He's sitting on his throne. Blue banners of Thorley. Where's their symbol?
Octopus.
Ships.
They're on the west side.
So their flag is a white trident on a blue banner.
That's cool.
So, Winston hands Weston the note.
Winston hands Weston the Westgard Gate.
The stables are located at the southeast. No, he hands him the.
When Winston walks with Weston, westward toward the Willowing.
Whisperwood.
So, Imperator Marvell hands Lord Thorley the note from Alistair saying y'all are his emissaries on this matter.
There's been so many trains tonight, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. And he sits back in his throne. So Blackmore calls for aid.
Yeah, searching for
I
allies.
mean, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Gondor calls for aid. That's exactly why I did it.
I know, I'm sorry, I couldn't solve it.
So, what does Blackmore? Sir, why are you sticking your tongue out at me?
No, I was,
This is a
I was
serious
biting my
matter.
tongue.
You know, that is a figure of speech. It's not something you physically do.
He's quite literal.
That wasn't in character.
So,
Yes.
Turning to the only sane person in the group. You don't
why
crazy.
would House Thorley aid House Blackmore in a war House Blackmore started?
Allegedly.
Does House Blackmore have the airship?
They had the only power of the ship. whose ship was it really?
Does House Blackmore have the airship?
Yeah.
Eventually.
A very formidable weapon.
Right.
Blackmore also knows how strong of a force you are to be reckoned with, and they would, without a doubt, prefer you to be on their side.
I'm sure every house would prefer us to be on their side.
Of course. I mean, you are Thorley.
Right, but what does Thorley have to gain?
There's things that Blackmore is willing to give.
Such as?
We're not allowed to give too much on our side just because we are ambassadors. We are not
Right, but
Alistair himself, but I believe that we are in the right to at least put on the table an amethyst mine that is not too far from here, that is in your district, that was cleared out by us and reclaimed.
but you offer a mine that's already within my territory.
Of course. As in good faith,
Right.
that we only want
A good faith
benefit.
gesture. Where is this mine?
I'll tell him where it is.
Bottom of the mountain.
You tell me.
North. Bottom of the mountain.
We will
Our
reclaim
peaks.
it. Thank you.
So
So
the,
what?
Sorry. You just gave it to him for free.
Yeah, because I'm trying to gain favor with him to at least talk to
We
Alistair.
can't keep that mine. It's
Yeah,
in
there
the
it would just sit there.
So
Seems that Blackmore has everyone carving after, and they are the only ones who know the power them. Acquire the means.
So you offer a potential airship to Thorley.
We don't have that power to offer him that.
Of House.
What we're here to do is to arrange a meeting for you and Alistair, and that's why we returned your mind to you in good faith that you would at least have a sit down and be able to have this conversation.
All right. All right. You may tell Alistair whenever you return to Blackmore. That I'm willing to have a discussion, but my terms are clear. I want an airship. If he can provide that, he has our aid.
I will let him know.
All right. Thank you for returning to the mine.
Of course.
That's
It's your
much
rightful
appreciated.
mine.
Well, good day to you. Be safe on your travels. The roads are dangerous out there.
There's a.
Yeah.
How is he gonna
Snake a
have
shit.
us killed?
21. It didn't seem nefarious. It seemed a little tongue-in-cheek.
Like, yeah, if you can give me the sky, then I'll work with you.
It was just the roads are dangerous part. He was just,
All know his power and recognize.
yeah. Yeah.
What were you saying?
If
What
there's
else could
anything we
y'all
do-
offer? Or what else could you do?
So that we.
Have a rank of Sentinel Federation here.
Impressive.
capable in our own ways.
It's very
They're-
capable.
Here recently, we rid your town of the pests that are outside the gates and harassed the incoming visitors and citizens here. See if there's anything we can assist you with.
So, this town is home to a small percentage of the Triton people. They live mostly in our bay nearby.
We've never met.
It's been a delicate balance to hold their ally, their cooperation. Lately, some of them have been turned up dead in our town. Tensions are rising. We haven't quite been able to get to the bottom of it, but perhaps you 4 sentinels could make more progress than others have.
I'm sure.
Didn't know the details.
Yes, he can brief you on it. But doing that would be another great effort of goodwill between our people. That's all the time I have for you today.
Other risk. Well, make haste with.
Alright. Again, good day to you all. Y'all are let out back into the city proper.
Tritons, huh? Wouldn't mind that. Got better thing played.
Message Father.
Not today.
Had 6 days. Put that in there.
Didn't know I would need it.
Got to go on a meeting with the numero uno master.
Probably if we can, we might need to pick up that water breathing spell. So I can cast it as a ritual on us.
I don't need it.
Well, you two don't need it.
Well, I
we
still
need it.
I've got.
If I lose
I've got altar
breath,
stuff.
I can't gain any more.
I've got altar stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But I
Well,
need.
I need it.
I need it too, because if I like go unconscious, I'm gonna drown.
Would be great.
Yeah, and
Goes
mine's
away.
a free cast.
Yeah.
We can pick it up.
I think it was in Sable.
I mean, this is the water town, so I'd assume someone would have that spell scroll.
Alright, so y'all go back to Imperator Marvel
Just throw him out of bed.
to get briefed on this thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So how was the meeting with Lord Thorley?
Good.
Fruitful?
Once the sky, and we try to give it.
A tall task.
He has requested that we into this the deaths of the Tritons have been occurring.
Ah, yes.
You would have details on.
Yes, what was it, about 100 years ago or so? We made contact with the Triton people. So we had developed these capsules to consume that allowed our human or humanoid bodies fight off the effects of pressure beneath the waves. And we were able to mine the nodes of manganese in the ocean. Now, I'm sure you've heard manganese. Yes, it's a wonderful mineral. I'm sure you're familiar with the quality of blades produced here in Thorley. The manganese is crucial in its construction.
Is that on my list?
What?
Manganese.
For-
or one?
No.
Okay.
Basically, wait.
For alloys.
It's so basically it's what makes stainless steel.
Okay.
Like they need that. That's basically what Thorley produces is stainless steel blades.
All the Tritons are probably weapons are.
Yeah. So you add it to metals to make a stronger alloy. But these nodules are in the Bay of Thorley and nearby it, which is near their city of Loisoth. Eventually, peace was had. We signed a treaty to cease fire and actually try to exchange culture with them. We took on about 2,000 Tritons to come into our city at the time, roughly about the same number of stays. Some go home, some come and go, you know. We roughly stay around that. Some work everyday jobs, some may own some shops. Most of them tend to work in the bay. It's closer to they're comfortable with. A few are involved in the city politics. A Triton named Koros is on the council as an ambassador of the Triton people. But in recent months, many have started turning up dead. And these are very clearly foul play. The Tritons have fins on their arms, their calves. All these murders, and they have webbed fingers and toes. These murders, the fins on their calves have been cut away. Their webbing has been cut in between, cut out. Their heads scalped. Very grisly murders.
About where in the city has these murders been happening?
Again, most of them live near the bay, near the docks.
To the docks.
So mostly in that region, but
Prominent.
so far, no. Just most have tend to be workers at night mainly. But
Do you know of
these
any-
tensions between the ambassador and Lord Thorley are growing, and war is being threatened if this doesn't stop. What was your question, ma'am?
do you know of any
Well, yes, there are many old dock workers who were mad about the influx, and they've been upset over generations now that some of them have lost jobs to these who are more highly skilled than they are in these particular deeds, fishing and things like that. It's really cut into some of the natural-born Thorley citizens. So it's not any one group or organized group of people who are resistant to it, but there are many who are, absolutely. There might be some taverns near the bay that, or near the docks that might not be so welcoming to Tritons.
When was the last murder that took?
Oh, I believe the last one was about a 10-day ago.
How far in between the other one? How long of a span?
They've
All been very recently.
been within the last few months. The killings, I believe there's been about 5 of them. They haven't been spaced out perfectly or anything. They just tend to happen at random, it seems.
Do you know of any specific event that might have sparked these?
Nothing that stands out. It just started happening.
There haven't been any major shipping companies, dock workers companies that have come under duress and lost.
Well, some fishermen recently, the last group of Tritons to come into town, as I said, some come and go. The last group that came in, they they really hauled in and cornered the market on fish, selling fresh fish in the market. None of them have died, but that did create some tension between some of the others that relied on that, as they were outperformed by these foreigners.
Can you describe like how they didn't?
No,
It's very like they're cutting off the fins on their calves. They're cutting off. They're scalping them, and they're cutting out all their web.
Sending quite a message.
Someone in the tent. Group, single.
They are, I hear they are great warrior people. Take, more than one person up.
Someone powerful, I don't
Hold
know.
one down.
Well, they do have a tradition of great warriors. Not all that come up are warriors. Society progresses and more modern comforts are available. It softens a population.
Do they have?
They have like a city underwater.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have like?
Oh no, the ones that come up here and stay here, like they live in the city, and most of them live by the docks, like in buildings and stuff.
They're
Head down there and ask around.
Yeah, is there any underground type of organization that ran into that might know something? Type of gangs or?
I don't have tabs on all the small gangs or anything, but there's nothing major here.
Major?
At least not that I'm aware of.
Up here.
I think so. Thorley's a pretty up and well-run city. There's not a lot of crime. That's why these murders they're so grisly in nature, but it's shocking because things like this, outside of a few incidents, don't really happen.
Times are good. It's excited and happy, but war was to spark off. Foreign elements thrive.
Yes, the tensions are quite high right now between the Tritons and the native Thorley people.
Would they be aggressive towards us if we tried to visit?
Perhaps you would speak to the ambassador before you tried something like that. So,
Mostly you're finding these bodies near the docks?
yes, it's near where most of the Tritons live in town. So, that is the details. Those are the details that I
Quite a
have.
bit of information.
That is.
Yes, that was it.
Wonder
Lord
if y'all
Dump.
wonder if y'all could disguise this Tritons.
Important
Well, I was
information, though.
thinking we could like.
Dawkinsburg got some questions. How are the dogs working? Fill them out.
They gotta
Post
have
up
a
on top of a building.
they gotta have a bar or something that they kind of hang out
Oh,
at
yeah.
too.
I think if we just
2,000 of them. Got it.
No, but
Unity.
I
Yeah.
could definitely disguise.
They're
self
about 5%
and-
of the population of the whole.
I could disguise
place.
self
There's
and
a good
walk
number of
around at
them.
night,
That's-
you know, seemingly alone.
That's what we need to do. Is
But
wait.
it seems like the ambassador would be the top two. You can probably point us in the direction of you. Information.
Go to the ambassador and me and someone bar near dockside.
Yeah, I'll go
Listen.
with you.
We'll go like to a dockside bar and just
Maybe
Ask
try
a
to
couple
stir some
questions.
people up. Be like, "Those goddamn Tridents, they're taking our jabs."
no, maybe just listen. Say we got our sentinel badge.
I don't think the Tridents are the one being aggressive there.
Yeah, that's why I was saying act as a white guy at the bars where they
But if the
don't
peop-
allow tridents, and then try to stir them up and see
Get
if
roll
anybody's
calls into
like,
it now, huh?
So yeah, you want to go to a human bar
yeah,
near dockside.
yeah,
And listen there.
yeah, that
Okay.
don't allow
I like that.
tridents.
Yeah, I like that idea better.
Because then we can hear if they're talking about like, yeah, we're gonna go out tonight.
Yeah, I like that better. We'll try to find that.
Y'all gonna go to like Ambassador, I guess.
All right. Yeah, we can.
Smoke break.
No.
It's up to y'all.
I'm done for a smoke break.
All right, we'll
Get up,
take a
stretch
quick
my
break.
legs.
We will be right back.
My ass is.
I think.
to see y'all's
back.
information.
All right, so you have your heading with these Driscoll murders, or Thorley murders of the Tritons. So what was your plan? Where are you headed?
The
They're going to the ambassador, and we're going to the bars.
Okay. We'll start with the ambassador. Y'all go to the council hall and request a meeting with the Triton ambassador. Her name is Goras.
Her?
Yeah. Goras. After waiting about 30 minutes or so, she meets with you. Y'all go into her office. Inside of it is very nautical themed. But sits there and, you know, Tritons. A good description. So yeah, they have like light blue skin, green hair. Down, she wears this like robe, but it has like almost like this fish scale kind of pattern like all over it. It's her robe is a dark blue and these fish scale pattern. It's like this like silver like embroidery all the way down her robe. Yeah, she has fins on her arms, fins on her legs. Webbed hands, webbed feet. You see gills on her throat right here, 3 on each side. What do you wish to meet about?
Yes, well, we are have just are from the Federation.
Okay.
Just came the of Sentinel, and in our last meeting with Lord Thorley, very concerned murders that people, and really wants to try to get figured out, so solved.
Well, he's been trying for months. I feel he feigns concern, but I won't take that out on you.
Yeah, and far ranked, but it seems they've been pretty fruitless efforts so far.
Yes, very, very fruitless, but good to hear that he put someone more capable on the job, if you are indeed sentinels. So, what do you wish to ask on this matter?
You
Like
could
to-
just give us some families. Try and help us
Workers,
with
yeah.
our investigation.
These murders were very, very grisly. It's not something I wish to drum up in the minds of the families again. They weren't there. These people were targeted when they were by themselves. It's hard to come by any witnesses. Trimbus was the most recently murdered. Oh, we have his body and we're still examining it, but... Oh.
Possible. Serve the body.
Make a persuasion check. 20. You have medical knowledge?
Got knowledge in a different field. A lot of burn. See a good hand.
Well, guess if you are investigating this, we can allow you to see his body. It's in the morgue right now. We can take you there. It's under guard by our people.
Is there anything in common? All being Triton.
Well, just our...
All fishermen. All male.
Most are just workers. Most have been males so far, but the men are the ones that tend to work later at night. Trimbus was a strong trident. It's hard to believe he was just killed by himself, but...
So these murdered.
Yes, late at night.
They are.
Yes. Cowards. But I guess if you are a murderer, you don't want to be caught. So, I guess I can take you to his body. Come with me. And she leads you down. It's about a 15-minute walk. Y'all enter the morgue, you go downstairs, and you go to one particular room in here. That outside are two Triton guards. They're both holding like large white Tritons. Or not white, but like silver, you know. It looks like what would be stainless steel. And they kind of stand at attention and slam it on the ground and step out of the way of the door, and they let you in. On the table in the middle of this room, you see a Triton body. What do you wish to do? You're not too familiar with Tritons?
I'll ask her how old.
He was a young adult. I don't remember their ages, so I don't want to say a number, but just reached adulthood recently.
Well, the others about
Ages varying. You can see that this corpse is very muscular. Looks quite strong. But if you want to look over the body, you can make a investigation check.
Do the workers carry weapons on them? To defend themselves?
They do now. Before, no, we had no reason to suspect violence. Our people had worked together well for 100 years or so. Things had been relatively peaceful after about the first 10.
You have a group back to that hostile or
Vocal about their hatred.
Mainly the displaced workers. The fishermen of late have been pretty vocal about it all, but...
Is there a place that they,
it won't be hard to find. It's the Bayside Tavern. You'll see a nice humans-only sign on the front.
Tavern.
Never mind.
From where?
I was gonna message him, but
Oh, yeah.
we're way too far.
Yeah. It's a lovely establishment. If you like to only see your own kind now. Your friend here won't be allowed in, or neither will she.
He's not with them.
Oh, is he with you? Oh, then her. They wouldn't take kindly to you
This
entering.
is allowed in town.
Well, you try to stop it, but you're gonna arrest a large number of workers? I mean, you can, but that will just cause a greater ups.
That'd be great for more.
Well, not all of them are displaced, but some just share their ideology. But
No reason to discuss this.
Yes. If you want to, you can make an investigation check to look over the body.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
12.
So you notice that these scarrings on his body, it looks like he was killed by some kind of magic. You're unsure of what, though. And then, you heard that all the fins had been severed off, but you notice on this one that on the right fin of the leg, only about 3/4 of it has been sawed off. But you might gather from that somebody might have seen them and they took off.
Anybody reported this? Another Triton? Where was the body found?
The body was found in the docks quarter of the town. It was amongst one of the streets, not too far from the Bayside Tavern. A human reported it.
They say anything? See anybody body it?
They didn't say that they did.
They get a name.
I believe his name was Miles.
Dock worker.
I believe so. Yeah, he's the one who reported it to the town guard, and the guard told us.
Record of where to find him.
I'm sure if you asked around the docks, you'd be able to locate him.
Do all the dock workers live with the Tridents, or are there some that...
Not all, just some. A small group of them.
They started together at night?
Sorry, who?
Like groups of...
Yes, most tend to travel in pairs at least now. Some work, some visit taverns after work and then walk home. It's possible Trumpus was drunk on his way home. Perhaps that explains how he was taken down.
If you could give word.
Will do. I'll put out some feelers and see if anyone's willing to speak more on the matter. I'll contact you if they do.
Anything suspicious?
Will do. I'll let you know if anyone comes forward. But it's all the time I can stand to be around this, so let us go and you can continue your investigation elsewhere.
Thank you for it.
Yes, thank you for investigating. She leads you out. We'll cut over to y'all. Where are y'all?
We're headed down to the docks to look for human-only bars.
So you go down to the docks and you find this tavern called the Bayside Tavern, and there's a nice humans-only sign on the front.
Suppose this is the place.
Sure.
Would you like to go in?
I'll go in.
We'll go in.
So y'all walk in, and immediately everyone... Your kind's not allowed in here. You not see the sign? You just walk out.
Continue in and sit down and order a drink.
No one comes to serve you.
They saw you walk in with... Try again.
I'm just gonna sit there. I'm gonna listen and I'm gonna look around at all the people.
Alright, make a perception check.
They're like...
18.
18. You hear murmurs of people like, can't believe that guy tried to bring him in here. Disgusting. That's what most of the talk is about. They're gossiping about you, trying to bring a...
Do I see anybody like... While I'm looking around and kind of listening in the room, do I see any like weapons on hips or stuff like that? Like...
Yeah, you see a mixture of like daggers and short swords and things of that nature. Like hand axes.
Any of them stand out, like maybe not look common?
Make a perception check.
I'm just gonna go to this side.
One axe.
I was gonna go to the alley and sit down.
Okay.
It's a dark alley.
21. There's one guy that looks a little more well kept. He's wearing nicer clothes. It looks like almost like you'd expect like an officer on a ship or something. He's got like a nice cutlass at his hip. wearing finer clothes. Other than that, everybody else looks like run-of-the-mill regular folk.
Everybody in the bar is racist.
Yeah, the door says white zone.
Basically.
Humans only.
I'll put 2 gold on the bar top
Okay.
if like I can get the bartender's attention.
Bartender comes down, he takes the gold, and then he walks off.
Blue Sunny D.
Yeah, enough.
Just looking around, you got a bunch of like mean stares.
Spin around and I'll sit back all cocky. So what is it that has you so riled up against the blue people?
I look at you. Are you trying to cause trouble here?
No, I'm new to town. I'm just curious. I don't like him. I don't know why. I don't have a preference on it. Just curious.
Well, you tried to bring one in.
He's not one of the Tridents. He's an
Blue
Nazi.
enough.
Blue enough. Understandable. He is pretty blue.
Puerto Rican.
Air water.
To be fair, he's just a country bumpkin from the hills.
Okay.
I mean, I just don't see what the issue is.
You're not from here, are you?
No.
And there's no way you could understand.
You also hate people that associate with him.
No.
No?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Do you feel welcome?
Sometimes. Oh, you talking about now?
Yeah.
Hey, I get these looks wherever I go because of how I dress, but
Yeah. You just like to come down and slum it with the
I
common
do.
folk.
Makes me feel better about myself.
Jesus Christ.
But I suppose I'll go.
Yeah, that'd probably be best.
I just wanted to come see the ducks, you know. So
You have a good day now.
I will. I walk out. Hey, if I can get them coming after me, then it's one less place I gotta look.
Yes, so. Alright, so you walk out.
I tells her, I'm like, they're pretty pissed. They might try to jump us later.
So, y'all are heading to the docks.
Yeah.
Y'all meet up. Y'all discuss what happened.
Yep.
And that's where we'll stop.
Alright.
Hate to go in that fucking bar now.
And we'll pick up again next week. That was session 29. Omnian Knights, the Blackmore
reveal.
Saga. The reveal of Nathaniel Blackmore.
Aurelio.
That was fun.
Escalation
Yeah.
I
of
just pissed off a bunch of racists.
political events in the land of Alm. Wars brewing.
We're popped off.
Shit started going down. Your good
Going
friends,
down.
the Black Earthers,
The Black
or the
Earthers.
Under Earthers.
Freudians there. Yeah, the Black Company.
Well, no, the in the Elemental Evil campaign, that cult's called the Cult of the Black Earth.
Okay.
So that's where that came from. But no, the Under Earthers blew up Sable Bank.
We gave him that name.
Yeah, the Under Earthers.
We should have called him Black Earth. That would have been a badass name.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'll
We'll bring it up
have
to Delwyn when we see him again.
I'll cut these videos. I'll put these videos up on YouTube last week's and this week's because I forgot to do it last week. I'll do that tomorrow. Should be up on YouTube then at Iron Lich Gaming on YouTube.
The YouTube.
Yeah. Give us a follow on both platforms.
Yada, yada,
That'd be
yada.
cool. Watch our videos. But yeah, we'll be back next week. We'll catch y'all
When the
later.
racist attack.
Yeah. You know, I thought it was good to add a little mystery and a little socioeconomic
Strife.
dysfunction.
I
Yeah.
like it. I like it.
Trying to make the world feel a little more real.
Too
Yep.
close to home.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm
The
not
leader
gonna
of the of that bar is Donald Trump. He wants to build a wall. Just kidding.
Build a reef.
Build a reef. Build a dam.
Build a day.
Keep
All
them
right,
blue
y'all.
people out our country.
We'll catch y'all next week. Later, y'all.
Winter's not.